Hello and welcome back to the house in Fata Morgana. Last time we left off when Jacopo, as I've been informed it's pronounced, thank you Elias, Jacopo basically locked his wife in a garden shed over a misunderstanding. Yeah, well, let's see what other drama we will uncover this time. Caught in a quagmire. Oh, how did things end up this way? Why? All I wanted was to go back to the way things used to be. For us to be able to smile around each other. It had been several days since Jacopo had locked her in the shed, and her day-to-day life was only growing more arduous. She was under constant surveillance. The door was only unlocked to deliver her meals 3 times a day. And despite what an unfortunate situation their employer's wife found herself in, the maids chattered and gossiped and giggled freely. Not even in the shadows, out of her presence, the tactless young maidservants whispered directly to the white-haired girl when they brought her meals. "Look at you, madam, caged away like cattle." I could almost hear the sound of cracks forming in her heart. I imagine she had gotten to the point where she was having difficulty merely holding herself together. She had done nothing wrong, and yet she was forced to live this life of insults and mockery. Of ridicule. The only reason her tenuously held together spirit did not completely shatter was because she still had her one and only ally. The maid Maria volunteered to attend to the white-haired girl. Maria took over the duty of delivering her 3 meals, meaning the other maids stopped coming by. And that relieved the white-haired girl's mental and emotional stress considerably. Maria became her sole conversation partner, her sole companion. She did not leave as soon as meals were finished, instead remaining in the shed with the white-haired girl for some time. So, madam, how about a funny story? I flubbed up pretty hard the other day. You want to hear about that? So, a couple days back, I didn't get enough sleep the previous night, right? I'm helping out in the kitchen, half awake, plating up some food. And when I go to bring it out to the guest, my heart about leaps out of my mouth. Guess why? What I thought was a plate was actually an ashtray. Man, I was sweating like a pig. The guest didn't seem to notice, but the other maids were pale as ghosts the entire time. Just about everyone had themselves a case of the vapors. I got quite the tongue lashing at cleanup. Pretty funny, huh? Oh, did you? Sounds like it was a pretty bad day. Yeah. Hey, madam. I know there's not much point in telling you to cheer up right now. But I'm sure he won't keep you locked up forever. He's just a bit crabby for now. It'll be alright. Although, I guess this is a bit drastic for a temper tantrum. I'm sorry, madam. If only I had pushed him a bit harder. If only I had a little more influence, you might not be in this situation. I thought I could be of some help, but I guess I'm not doing a great job of that. Of course not, Maria. You absolutely are. Just your being here takes a great weight off my shoulders. Still though, I feel so worthless. Because I'm just a maid, I can't set you free. It's okay. I am used to being imprisoned. What? What do you mean you're used to it? You never locked your door before. You're right. I am not sure why, but I feel as though I have been in a similar predicament before, lacking freedom and contact with others for a long stretch of time. I'm sure it's simply the exhaustion getting to you, madam. No one should ever be used to living like this. Yes, I agree. And I pray things go back to the way they were soon. Has getting mad at him never crossed your mind? Getting mad? Yeah, you know, when he yells, you yell back. Let him know he's in the wrong. Never considered doing that. I guess you're not one to get angry, madam. Which would mean you're a better fit for the Holy Mother than me. Oh, no. I do sometimes want to get angry. To tell you the truth, it's almost always going through my mind how, if I did raise my voice, perhaps he would listen to what I have to say. But when I'm standing there in front of him, and he starts shouting at me, I freeze up and end up not saying a word. I'm just such a pitiful woman. Everything about me. When I need to speak up most, to stand up for myself, I cannot. Oh, don't look so down. That's not a bad thing, it's just got you in a little bit of a pickle right now. But I'll clear everything up with him. You hear me? In my mind, your modesty is a virtue. And the more I think about it, I can't even imagine you screaming. I like you better the way you are, reserved and ladylike. You can leave all the yelling to me. I'll do whatever I can to help you, madam. Were you able to clear up his confusion about the night when we were dancing? Oh, about that. Sorry, he just wouldn't hear it. I see. But I'm not throwing in the towel. I'll keep trying, as long as it takes. So... Say, Maria, Could I perhaps ask another favor? Huh? Yeah, sure. Let me have it. I would like to write him a letter. A letter? To someone who lives in the same house? Yes. As things stand, I cannot simply go visit him on a whim. And I feel as though I could calmly express on paper things I am unable to say to him face to face. I suspect I might have more luck that way. That was a Freudian slip if ever I had one. Because I have my doubts. It's a good idea, in theory, but with Jacopo... I also believe he would be more likely to maintain his composure reading my thoughts in a letter than hearing them from my mouth. With it, I can clear up all the confusion, and things can go back to the way they were. A letter, huh? Interesting. I'll write the letter, which I would like you to deliver to him. May I ask that of you? Absolutely, not a problem. Thank you, Maria. You are the only person I can count on, and I mean that. Yeah, very tricky situation with a guy like that. Why? How did this happen? Why would she betray me? I wanted to give her a decently happy life. I didn't want to get violent with her. Yet, when I saw her face, when I heard what she had to say... Did you even hear anything she said? Sorry. I couldn't restrain myself. I guess what it comes down to is that, no matter how you dress it up, I'm still your Bezotti. There was never any way for this bloodline to give that girl happiness. God damn it. Why am I fretting over this nonsense? And I'm supposed to be the future head? An illusion. But they're dancing. They really are. And they look like they're having a wonderful time. Are you sure it's an illusion and not something else? To me, it does not seem to be. I cannot see it as anything but two tiny people dancing. And that's how it works. Reach out your hand and try to grab them. You won't be able to. Oh, you're right. That's a shame. I didn't think you actually would. But it's the most precious thing. They look as though they're dancing atop my palm. It's almost frightening how much innocence rests within those hands. It's as if they've been completely cut off from the world's filth. My hands, however, are soaked in blood. I fear that bringing her into my world may taint her. Am I capable of protecting this woman's purity? And yet, as I watched her so joyously playing, I felt as though I had gotten close to her. I was the one being a child that day. Jacopo, it's me, Maria. Is it alright if I come in? Maria. It's fine. Come in. Alrighty. Color me surprised. I didn't think you'd let me in. Have I ever denied you access to my room? Nope, but you've been looking pretty glum lately. I've never exactly been a cheery man. True enough. I know you told me before not to talk about your wife, but I'm going to stick my nose where it doesn't belong today. There's been a lot of chatter among the maids lately about you getting rough with her. I mean, you've got the poor thing locked up in a shed outside. You're not leaving the best impression on anyone. You're here to box my ears? I don't know. 50-50? The other half is, I'm concerned about you. I know you're not the kind of man to threaten someone without a good reason. You're not. I thought you were friends with her. I am. And it hurts seeing her in so much pain. Then why has that not changed the way you act around me? I would think you'd be scorning me with the rest of the maids. Oh, I see how it is. You don't trust me. And we've known each other for so long. This isn't a question of whose side I'm on. You're in pain too. I can see that. You've always bottled things up, kept them hidden. You're too proud to rely on others. But you should probably vent to someone before it reaches the point where you no longer can. Say, Jacopo, do you remember the promise we made a while back? How far back? Back when you were still shorter than me. You were 14 and I was 12. I had to leave town and you came to see me off. Quite frankly, I didn't think you'd come. I was surprised, even if I didn't show it. Ooh, getting a little flashback. But I can say I like Maria more and more, that she's willing to see both sides. I mean, obviously because she's known Jacopo for a long time, but still, like, at first glance, Jacopo's absolutely the one in the wrong here. But she's still willing to hear his side, to get deeper into the matter and clear things up. And that's really great. It's good to have a friend like that. Jacopo? Where's your dad? Or are you here alone? He didn't even tell me. There's no reason you have to leave town. My old man says the Campanellas have more power. I should be the one leaving. It's not that simple. Grown-ups have a lot to consider. So don't give me that look, Jacopo. We were kids, but we've both kinda started to catch on to the situation with our families and to the bonds that land held on us. Although we didn't know any of the details at the time. My grandpa owned all the land the city was built on, but he was a very conservative man. He didn't try to spread his influence, instead opting to fortify what he already had. I don't know exactly when it first started, but organizations were used to administrate cities. And when we were kids, my dad was the capo familia, and my grandpa was consigliere. But just because he was an advisor didn't mean he was powerless. While my dad made the decisions, my grandpa was the only one allowed to fight him on them. Your father was a capodicina that served under my dad. He wasn't especially happy about that. But parents quarreling doesn't affect their kids. Or at least, that's what I thought at the time, and what you probably thought too. But there was still a chance we could be caught in the crossfire, so my dad decided to send me and my mom away. Off the island and to the north, were some more prosperous areas. He thought that by sending us there, we could live our lives clean, regardless of where we came from. There's no changing what's in your blood, though. You could have told me too. Or were you planning on leaving without saying anything? No, it was just all decided so quickly. Why do you sound so accepting? Adults have a lot to consider. You bet they do. But you could at least let them know you're opposed to it, Maria. But no, your tail went straight between your legs as soon as you were told. You just gave up and accepted it straight away. I thought you were better than that. You think... You think I don't know that? But I'll just be in my dad's way if I stay. I'm a kid, a girl. I wouldn't be of any help if something happened. And I don't want to need someone to protect me. I've never once thought of you as a girl. Hey now, that's mean. Oh geez, thanks Jacopo. Now you're getting me all mushy too. If anyone should be sad here, it's me. I'm not sad. Oh really? You sure you're not actually torn that I won't be around anymore? You're a huge crybaby after all, Jacopino. Hey, when have I ever cried? And don't call me that. I made you mad. Short fuses ever, I see. You've got to learn to keep your head. You're a man and heir to the Berzatti family. Don't you lecture me. So pig-headed. You could at least listen to me this once before I'm gone. Hey, Maria. Got a little time to spare? Yeah, sure, but not much. The carriage is gonna be here soon. Do you have enough for a trip to the hill and back? Yeah, I should have time for that. Because of our families, we weren't really able to get along with the other kids in the city, so we played a lot up at the top of that hill. It became kind of like our little secret lair. There was an abandoned house up there, I guess an old farmhouse or something, and kids love that sort of thing, you know? We called it Casa Nostra, our home, and we pretended it was actually ours. We drew circles on the wall in chalk and used it for target practice. We brought up a bale of straw and used it to make makeshift beds. When either of us got into fights with our parents, we'd stay the night here instead of home. In retrospect, I'm sure they knew where we were going and just let us do our thing. Oh yeah, there was this one time we were playing and a huge storm rolled in, trapping us up there. The wind wasn't just howling, it was screaming bloody murder. It was blowing so hard, I thought the house might fly away. As I recall, you were crying that night. Hey, Nero, you here to see me off too? Ah, there you go, wagging your tail with a dumb look on your face. You have no idea what's going on, do you? It wasn't just the two of us who had made Casa Nostra our home base, though. There was one more. A stray black dog. I'm pretty sure it didn't have actually black fur, though, and it was just really, really dirty. Of course he doesn't. He's a stupid animal. Oh, don't talk about him like that. He's one of us. What were you planning to do about Nero? Just leave him behind? Nothing else I can do. Can't bring a dog in the carriage. Besides, you're here, so it'll be fine. You take care of Nero, alright? He doesn't like me. You're the only one who can take care of him. Maybe so, but I'm not coming back. He'll starve to death if you don't figure something out. He's a puny runt. I doubt he could win in a fight for scraps. Come on, do it for me? You said you won't be coming back. Did you mean that? Are you absolutely never returning to this town? There's no telling what may or may not happen, so it's best not to get your hopes up. Better that than the pain of getting let down. Well, I've turned into quite the cynic, huh? Maybe if I'd been born into a more normal family, I'd be in my room in a pile of dolls right about now, my head in the clouds. I can't imagine you doing that, nor do I think that's normal. Well said. Hey, stop that, Nero. Quit licking me. That tickles, and you reek. Maria. What is it? Come back. I don't care if you don't know when it will be, just don't say that you'll never return. No one knows how things are gonna end up. Maybe my old man will gain more power, or maybe yours will. If things continue as they are, it'll be your old man. Then, down the line, I will work in service of the Campanella family. And that's just fine with me. But even if that's not the future that lies ahead, I promise I will make a place for you. So, Maria. Question. Do you have a crush on me? What? Kidding, I'm just kidding. No need for a conniption fit. I was just playing around. Here I am, trying to have a serious conversation, and then you... Listen to me. I don't have any of those. You know, those kinds of feeling for you. I consider you a lifelong friend. My one and only friend. That's why I came to see you off, and that's why I'm telling you this now. Whether you're a girl or a boy is irrelevant. Irrelevant. Friendship lasts much longer than something so fanciful as romance. Am I wrong? Don't laugh, damn it. It's humiliating. I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing because I agree entirely. Yeah, we've always been on the same page, Jacopo. Maybe we did fight a lot, but there wasn't one we didn't get through. No one else understood just how lonely it was, wearing a mask for all the other kids, trying to fit into their happy little circle. We couldn't afford to be found out, after all. Neither of us had any real allies. Except for each other, of course. Nope. I'm glad I got the chance to play with you. If you hadn't been there, I probably wouldn't have bothered caring for Nero either. It was too funny watching him chase you around. You're a sick girl, Maria. So hey, Jacopo, this place will still be Casa Nostra, even after I leave, right? You won't do anything to it, will you? Of course not. This is our home. That was always the plan. Right. Thanks. Though, you know, you being all nice is kinda creepy, Jacopo. It's not gonna start snowing, is it? How rude. Well, if you're gonna be like that, I'm not sure I want to give it to you. Huh? Give what? A present? You should have said so sooner. Gimme, gimme. You don't have a shred of tact, do you? What's it matter? Come on, what you bring? Let me have it, soldier. Oh, Maria. Consider this a temporary parting gift. You'd been wanting one of these for a while. Ooh, is that a cartridge? From a cold navy? No way! Did you swipe it? I'll probably catch hell for it too. Wow, wow! This is amazing! I always wanted to get my hands on the real thing. This is from the one hanging up in your house, isn't it? The one your dad was bragging about. They just started selling them this year, and it's ridiculously hard to get your hands on one, or so I hear. Man, Guns from the New World does something else alright. Oh, just imagining the moment the hammer comes crashing down on the back of this sends chills down my spine. Are you sure you're a girl going crazy over a bullet cartridge? What's the big deal? I like what I like. You'll get in trouble if you don't put this back though, won't you? Don't worry, I'll return it when you return. And I won't tell anyone I gave it to you. Okay. Well, I guess I'll take you up on that then. Thanks, Jacopo. It'll be my treasure. This goes without saying, but don't you lose it. I'm giving it to you as a symbol of our friendship. No matter how far apart we may be, or how much time may pass, or how things play out with our families, we will always be friends. That cartridge symbolizes that promise. It's a promise, Jacopo. Our families may outwardly hate each other, but I'll always be your friend, always be on your side. And don't you ever go back on those words. I swear upon this glorious cartridge, this historic land, and the names of my ancestors, I shall not make myself a liar. I trust you, Maria. We'll meet again. It may be many years from now, but that won't change a thing. Our friendship will never fade. What a cute memory, and I love that they emphasized that it really was a friendship. Even now, you don't often see that a boy and a girl are having a friendship that doesn't turn into a romance later on. Well, I guess I hope they won't turn into a couple, but I don't think so. So it's good, like that. And sorry if I'm kind of stumbling and I don't know, with the Italian words and names, and like I'm talking a whole second language here already. So it's sometimes hard to, get everything. God, you were adorable back then. And short, to boot. But now you've hardened so much. I was flabbergasted when I next saw you. Dressed all fancy from head to toe, you'd become quite the smug little bastard, I thought. You sure weren't that little kid anymore. You have quite the memory. Well, yeah, I don't forget my promises. And I'd never forget I said I'd always be on your side. The question is, did you remember? I did. I remember every word you said that day. And as I said, I left Casa Nostra as it was. Though it is quite some distance away now. I imagine if we went back and did a little work on it, we could have it looking just like old times. And Nero? About a year after you left, he suddenly disappeared. And just for the record, I did take care of him, as you told me to. I'm guessing he got in a fight with another stray or something. I searched, but could never find him. Ah, well, it has been more than a decade. Not everything's gonna be exactly the same. You, however, haven't changed a bit from the girl you were all those years ago. Neither have you. Sure, you seem different on the outside, but at your core, I believe you haven't changed at all. Still the same old Jacopino. Could you not call me that? I have changed quite a bit, unlike you, and I'm well aware of it. Say, Jacopo, do you consider me supportive? Of everything you could have said. Of course you are. You're constantly supporting me, past and present. We are proof of the existence of a kind of friendship that can transcend gender, blood, and any other such distinctions. You know, know, it's honestly kinda bizarre seeing you without a stick up your ass. Wow, harsh words. Come on now, hear me out. You almost had me blushing there. Anyway, before you put that stick back up there, tell me something. Am I still your only ally? You are. Of everyone in this mansion, I'm the only one? Yes. If she would at least have a little more. The madam? I didn't actually intend to treat her like that. Believe me, Jacopo, I know. I mean, from a girl's perspective, what you did is pretty awful. But hey, I'm not a girl, according to you anyway. I will always be on your side, no matter what. God, I feel as though I'm being consoled. That's what I was going for. I should have never opened up to you. Ah. Hey, now's probably not the best time to bring this up, but I have a letter. A letter? Written by the madam. Here. A letter from my wife. Let me see it. What the hell am I reading? I was considering keeping it a secret, but having seen it, I thought hiding it from you might only hurt you more, so... Wait. I was already getting a bit suspicious when she said she's on his side. Don't tell me she's backstabbing now. Come on. I decided it was best to show you. Who is this? Who is this letter for? It's as if... But that can't... I love you? Who is she writing to? I don't know this man. Take a deep breath, Jacopo, and listen to me. The madam is having an affair. Are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh my god. I feel betrayed. I am the one that feels betrayed right now. No. This is so mean. Oh no. When you think the game can't trick you any more than it already did in like previous parts. What do you mean? I'm so mad. I haven't changed a bit. If you seriously believe that, then I've got news for you, pal. Anyone who acts exactly the same as they did in the past is doing just that. Acting. Much like I do around you. Our friendship will never change? What a fucking joke. You picked the wrong girl to put your trust in. And they call you astute. Can you taste the fucking irony? Well, that just makes things easier for me. But my god, it's suffocating playing the good girl. That stupidly cheerful little ray of sunshine Maria. Ugh, sickening. On the other hand, the payoff is fantastic. I can't stop. God, watching him lose his cool was incredible. My sides hurt just thinking about it. You're telling me she wrote this? Who else could have written it? It's in her handwriting. Why? Why? Why must she continue to betray me? Has she not taken enough already? What else could she possibly want from me? I told her to stay away from my gatherings. I had the rose garden torn down. And yet still, she finds other men. I warned her, told her it wouldn't happen again, that if she betrayed me one more time, I'd kill her. Jacopo. Out of my way, Maria. I have to talk to her. Ask her what this letter's about, who this man is. And depending on how she answers... Hold it, Jacopo. Calm down. Silence. How am I supposed to stay calm right now? Listen to me. Relax. You tried to talk to her right now, and you aren't going to get anywhere. You're aware of just how frenzied you are, aren't you? Besides, you think she's going to tell you the truth, even if you do manage to ask? Of course not. She may look all prim and proper, but that's not the real her. I don't think she's a bad person, but... Not a bad person. The woman who wrote this letter. To another man. She crossed the line, you hear me? I agree with you there. She's gone too far with this letter. But remember, she's your wife and the daughter of a noble. You know exactly what will happen if you lose control of yourself and do something to her. It's not gonna look good for you. She may be nobility, but I have the Koska. We have our own way of taking care of these kinds of problems. Still, it's plain as day it'll only make a bigger mess. No one else knows about this yet. Are you telling me to act like nothing's happening? When she so blatantly disrespects me. Jacopo, could you let me take care of it? I'm friends with her, madam. You know that. She'll listen to me. So I'll make sure it gets through to her. Just how much you care about her. I couldn't ask you. It would be disgraceful. That's nothing to be ashamed of. What did I tell you? I'm on your side, and you're on mine. We're in this together. You can ask me things you couldn't ask others to do. I have tight lips. Anything you ask, I'll keep absolutely under wraps. Damn it. You're right. Yes, you're right. I'm well aware that I always lose myself in her presence. If I try talking to her now, I probably will do something rash, yes. I'll make sure everything works out. Got it? You and the madam can go back to the way things used to be, so you don't have to suffer anymore. I'll take care of it. I'm the only one who understands your pain. And I'm the only one who can help you out of it. Maria. Oh, don't make that face, Jacopino. Thank you, Maria. Please, let her know that even if she is seeing other men, and even if she does silently mock me for not being of noble blood, that I still love her, that I don't want to raise my hand against her. You love her? That's a riot. You're too busy chasing your stacks of paper. You don't have what it takes to truly love a woman. I will say, though, I was surprised you lost your head that badly. Quite the little crush you've got on her. You could just sit down and talk to her like a rational human being, and presto, all your problems would be solved. But you can't even manage that, which is why you're in this predicament. Once you're convinced of something, Jacopo, you never let go of it. And she's too timid to speak up for herself. Sorry, madam. I get nothing against you. I just didn't expect things to go quite this well. There's no stopping now. Not when I've got this much momentum. Also, watching a pretty girl like you break down gives me goosebumps. You're still convinced I'm the only person you can trust. So cruel. But I was wondering before, just to jump in, that Jacopo was willing to talk to Maria, but she claimed that she wasn't able to clear up the misunderstanding before, about the dancing at least, so that already seemed kind of odd, but this explains it, of course. And I'm already wondering what she has to gain from all this. Is it jealousy? Like, does she actually want Jacopo to see her as a woman, or what? Because other than that, it seems odd that she would be targeting the madam, the white-haired girl. Like, what does she have to gain from it? That's what I'm not quite clear on yet. How did he react to the letter? Well, yeah, about that. Would he not take it? Oh, no, he took it, just, Don't feel too bad about this, madam. He said he's too busy with work. And tossed the letter aside. I told him to make sure he writes you a reply, but he hasn't gotten around to it at all. I see. That's a shame. It kills me to see you like this, madam. I don't get why he has to be so heartless. Not even taking a little bit of time out of his day to read the letter you poured your soul into writing. It's unacceptable. I'm sure he really is busy. He did not throw it away, though, did he? I imagine he means to read it when he has more time. Madam, after everything he's done to you, you still think he means well? I have faith. My timing was poor, that's all. I believe in him. I believe that the day will come when he gives me his attention again, as he did before. Madam. So, could I ask you to believe with me, Maria? To have faith that he will once more show me his love? And that mine will reach him? Something tells me that it will all work out if you pray for it. Yeah, okay. If you're fine with me praying, I'll pray. I'll get down on my knees for you, madam. I'll have faith. Thank you. I would like to write another letter. When it is complete, could I ask you to deliver it to him? I'll give him as many as you want. As many as it takes for you to get through to him. You really are to learn not to be so trusting, madam. Take a real close look, and you'll see exactly who it was that ground your happy little life into dust. Thank you, Maria. I'm the reincarnation of the Mother of God. Oh God, I can't help. I can't hold back the laughter. This is a stage of my own creation. We didn't have enough actors, so the playwright had to take on a role herself. But that only adds to the excitement. Yes, this is all my masterpiece. You're just ignorant puppets dancing to my tune. From the first shot to the last, blind to whose finger is sitting on the trigger. Listen to me, Jacopo, and try to keep your head. I saw the madam meeting with another man behind your back. You know the arch in the rose garden? The far side's out of sight from the mansion, making it a perfect place to hide. I saw her back there. From the looks of it, the madam is having her meetings with one of the men who comes to your business gatherings. And they don't act like they're just friends. But just to be clear, I don't have any solid proof. So it'd be best if you didn't mention this to her yet. You wouldn't want to start throwing around accusations only to find out too late it was all a big misunderstanding. I'll get to the bottom of it, so you... I think the madam might have her eyes on several men. Being a woman, you know, I can tell these things. She's giving these suggestive looks. But to whom, I can't pinpoint. A lot of people come in and out of this house, after all. What? You want to keep her from leaving her room? That might be for the best. With so much going so well, it makes me think even God's on my side. They could just talk it over with one another. But they won't, and they're in deeper and deeper shit for it. You're the only one I can trust, Maria. And the timing that night, my God, it was perfect. Hey, Jacopo. I could just be misreading her, but something seems off about the madam. Like she's been on edge or something. I tried to egg her into revealing what's going on, and she let slip that she might be going out somewhere tonight. She's not going with you, is she? You were going out to survey a construction site today, right? Then I'd suggest you get that taken care of quickly. A dance? At this time of night? Yep, and since it's so late, no loud music. All you get is a little whistling courtesy of me. But this room is too small for... We'll use the Great Hall. Wouldn't that put us in everyone else's way? He would probably complain about the noise too. No need to worry. Jacopo's out inspecting some factory or something today. After that, he's got a meeting, so he'll be staying the night elsewhere. I thought you would not be back until tomorrow. And how would you know that? No, forget that. Does my staying the night elsewhere have any effect on you? You were just waiting for this opportunity, weren't you? No. What would I possibly want you out of the house for? I'm sure you know better than anyone. What is that smell? Perfume? When did you get perfume? And I have to say, you seem to be having quite the time. Look at you. You're out of breath. Red as a beet. I made the right decision coming back. Where the hell were you going? I'm sorry, this is all my fault. If I hadn't asked you to dance, and me bringing the perfume only made things worse. No, you need not feel bad about anything, Maria. Everything you did was with my best interests at heart. She doesn't even suspect me in the slightest. Yeah, not only did you... Like, I was wondering a bit, like, if she's just making use of everything that could be misunderstood, but no, she's scheming. She's setting everything up even. Wow. She doesn't even suspect me in the slightest. And I was able to put that perfume to great use. That money-sucking leech Tommaso showed up at the perfect time too. I'm pretty sure that's when Jacopo started getting actively violent. A jealous man is a wonderful thing, always imagining the worst and making matters worse for it. Wow, is that you, Tommaso? It's been so long. What brings you here? Oh, looky at who it is. Little Miss Campanella. That's a surprise. Didn't expect to see you this side of the Great Blue. Oh, you know, I've been giving Jacopo a hand. Ah, well, color me impressed. After what happened, I wouldn't have thought you'd want nothing to do with him. That was between our parents. Jacopo didn't have anything to do with it. Well, Would sure be nice for all your younger generation to go through life without nothing to spark that kind of powder keg. Not that it's my place to talk. No need to worry yourself about any of that. So, what brings you here, Tommaso? I'm a little, you know how it is. Having a bit of trouble staying afloat. Ah, I see. So you're here to beg for offerings. Pretty shameless, Tommaso. No point in having shame if it ain't making money. Toss that out with the chamber pot. Oh, might make things easier if I just quit being human altogether. Are you that hard for cash? Unfortunately, numbers were supposed to go up, but for some reason they ended up going down instead. Might be best if you kick the gambling habit. No, that's like telling me to go off myself. Ha, I bet. So, say, Tommaso, maybe I could pitch in a bit too. Ooh, you mean it? That'd be a huge help. There's seriously not a scrap of shame in you. However, in exchange, I'd like you to do something for me. Yeah. Someone whose face needs a visit from my fists? Depending on the number, I could also possibly cut him into chunks and toss him into the ocean. Whoa, keep it clean. I'm not asking you to do anything like that. What is it then? Something a lowlife like me can do? It'll be easy. And it's nothing bad either. You're going to go talk to Jacopo, aren't you? Well, there's something I'd like you to tell him while you're at it. You know he's married, right? He can get pretty nasty with his wife, though. Not so. Sounds like she's got it rough. She does, and she's religiously devoted to him too. I've been trying to nudge things in the right direction to get her back on good terms with him, but I haven't had much luck. Ain't that something the two of them should work through? Normally, yes, but it's reached the point where I can't bear to sit back and watch anymore. I don't like seeing the two of them in pain. I want to do something for them. How noble. You're pretty devoted yourself, little lady. I'm not important right now. Just doing the right thing. But the thing is, Jacopo won't hear a word of it. I figured maybe you, being a man, might be able to get through to him a little better than me. Doubt he'll listen to me either, to be honest. Come on, you used to be really close though. And I doubt he hates you. I wouldn't be so sure about that. Anywho, talking's something anyone can do. So, what do you want me to tell him? I need you to give him a bit of a scolding. Tell him the madam came to you asking for advice and that she accidentally let slip that the way he treats her day to day causes her grief. I've never met this wife of his before, you know. It works even better that way. She's so downtrodden she can't talk to anyone about it, and she thought that maybe you, being family, might be able to help. She's never met you, but she still latched onto the ray of hope. And I'm sure, when Jacopo finds out she brought it up with family, he'll know he can't keep mistreating her. Things like this, they hit home harder when they come from someone on the outside. You make a decent point. Just remember, little lady, all I can do is bring it up with him. Can't guarantee it'll change nothing. That's all I need you to do. Thanks a bunch, Tommaso. Oh right, one more thing. This is some perfume that's grown quite popular recently. Ask him to give it to the madam as a gift. If you won't take it, you keep it. Give it to another woman, sell it, whatever you want. Perfume, eh? Very thoughtful of you. Women do like getting gifts like that. Yes, we do. If Big Bad Jacopo gives us some of that, there'll be lovebirds again before you know it. I'm sure of it. Never thought the date come when I got to play Cupid. Now I'm starting to get kinda excited about this. Stay focused, Tommaso. And thanks. Also, you didn't hear any of this from me. I'm fine just pulling the strings from the shadows. Yeah, you definitely are. Their relationship's in complete shambles. And Jacopo still insists he fucking loves her. And the madam says she still believes in him. Seriously, how stupid can you be? Poor Jacopo. Poor madam. Now then, let's see where this boulder rolls to next. And how far it keeps rolling. Naturally, I will be nudging it along its way. But for what? Because after all, a play lives or dies by the director's hands. What does it mean? Who is witnessing this except for you? This is so frustrating to know now. Master. Are you shocked? Hell yes I am. Thank you for asking. Or do you instead lament this development? I was deeply sorrowful. Though to a lesser degree about Maria's true intentions, and more my shameful inability to recognize her machinations. At the time, I too believed that Maria was the white-haired girl's one and only ally. It was not until everything had drawn to a close that I discovered the truth. Then I now know how the tale ends, you say? I was about to say, yeah, that doesn't sound good. Yes, that is correct. Well aware that it was not the case, I told you the story in a way that suggested she was on the white-haired girl's side. Oh my, I wonder if that constitutes lying to you, Master. I merely wanted to present the events to you in order, starting from the beginning, when Maria's ill intentions were still veiled in shadow. I wanted you to know the same feeling of consternation I had experienced. The white-haired girl continued to write letter after letter. They were all addressed to her dear husband, detailing her ever-persistent love for him. and her desire for their relationship to return to what it had once been. My beloved, I am sure your hands are quite full right now. But that is fine. It does not change my love for you. Do you remember the day we went out together? That was, perhaps, the most wonderful day of my life. I had a truly incredible time. I still treasure the gift you gave to me, for it is the one and only present I have received from you. That reminds me, Maria tried to teach me how to dance. I doubt I will ever progress beyond being laughably bad, though. It would be nice if, someday, you and I could dance together. Perhaps, when you have a little respite from work, we could go out again. Maybe take a carriage somewhere a little farther away. And we could dine at a restaurant more to your liking. Although, I think the cuisine at the other restaurant was exquisite, personally. Do I, perhaps, have an unrefined palate? Maria altered the letters before delivering them, however. She changed the addressee from Jacopo to another man. She would cut away the top of the page with Jacopo's name on it, and in the space below, write a different name. She could not have mimicked the white-haired girl's handwriting for the full length of a letter, but Maria could make a single name look adequately similar. And it would, after all, be quite difficult to notice minor discrepancies in such a small quantity of text. Again, another letter. Why does she keep writing these? To Jacopo's eyes, the modified letters looked like professions of love for another man. The more she inscribed of her feelings for Jacopo, the greater the turmoil grew within his heart. Even though her love was directed toward him. I can't believe what I'm reading. A restaurant more to your liking? I knew it. You have been going out with other men, all the while pretending to be chaste in my presence. I still treasure the gift you gave to me. God's sake. You have to be fucking kidding. But I've ensured she can't leave that room. She'll never see this man again. In time, she'll let go. And so will he. Listen to me, resigning myself to the hope that everything will fix itself. How did I end up like this? Such a pitiful man I've become. On the surface, Maria acted quite heartbroken at the sight of their suffering. But when she returned to her room, the walls echoed with her cackles. She derived a great deal of entertainment from their squirming. The more they writhed in anguish, the deeper her satisfaction grew. And both the white-haired girl and Jacopo continued to place their confidence in Maria, the one responsible for everything. The white-haired girl had never possessed a sense of distrust, and so she took everything Maria said as truth, continuing, in her agony, to write Jacopo letters. Letter after letter after letter. My beloved, are you still tied up with your work? It has been some time since we last saw one another, so I know not what you have been doing of late. I only hope you remain in good health. I would, if possible, prefer to tell you everything in person, but I do not have the courage, so these letters are my only option. Am I adequately expressing my feelings? My love for you? If you have the time, I would appreciate a response.
You're never gonna get a response, though. Not as long as I'm intercepting them. There's no way I'm allowing these, or your love to get to him. I could just stop reading them. It would certainly make things easier. But if I don't, my imagination will run wild. Fantasizing about her writing to this other man, and what she might be putting in her correspondence. I'd be better off knowing the truth than torturing myself with fantasy.
Well, I feel like you're kind of doing both now, but okay.
It's the better option.
Jacopo accepted every letter Maria delivered, without fail. He would merely nod as he accepted it, his face contorted in discomfort, and then pore over the text when he was alone. I assume he did not want her to see his heart sinking into darkness. Had he put his trust in his wife rather than Maria, he would have almost certainly been able to realize the letters were directed at him, despite the altered recipient name. Everything she wrote about concerned him, after all. How could someone who had lived as isolated a life as her have so many identical experiences with two distinct men? Why could he not find it in himself to trust her? Perhaps doubting her was simply easier. If you were in his position, would you trust her? Would you maintain faith in her, the woman who had waited so long? Would you believe the feelings she professed for you were genuine? She continued writing letters, day after day, week after week, without hiatus. She had, by and large, run out of things to say, but that did not put an end to her letter writing. She simply repeated what she had written before. Nevertheless, they did not see one another in person. The white-haired girl, forbidden from leaving her shed, could only wait for her husband to pay her a visit. My beloved, there is a little bit of fog out today. Weather like this reminds me of my home country. I was born on an island perpetually covered in a thick fog. I'm not saying I would like to return, but thinking about it does make me feel rather homesick. Does that happen to you? That reminds me, aside from that one time, you have not told me much of your homeland. It would be nice if we could pay it a visit together sometime. Speaking of which, before I left, an exhibition of some sort was held there. I was unable to attend, but perhaps you had the chance when it was near you. I imagined you would have, with your interest in new technology. Next time you have a chance, I would enjoy hearing what they had on display.
An exhibition? Ah, that's right. There was one. It was a year ago. Got quite a bit of attention, since it was supposed to have been held in Paris. I was busy preparing for our wedding. I had no time to attend an exhibition. And while I was doing that, giving you, a woman I had never met before, my full attention, you were giving yours to a different man? Has this been going on for that long?
I shouldn't be surprised that he's not even suspicious with that, but... oh, frustrating. Had he simply stepped up and taken action, he could have put an end to the stream of letters, each of which gave rise to further misunderstanding. He needed merely ask the white-haired girl in person to whom the letters were addressed, whether what they described were true, and the twisted threads of his confusion would have all been unraveled. But he made no such effort, relying instead on Maria to serve as his intermediary. I feel as though I have now, at long last, come to understand just what kind of man Jacopo was. While he had a great deal of pride in his capabilities, he had far less confidence in himself as a person. If he'd had faith in himself, perhaps he could have put faith in his wife as well. Had his pride not been so twisted, perhaps he would not have been so afraid of being hurt. Indeed, he was afraid. Afraid of being rejected by her. Afraid to face a reality where his beloved partner scorned him. Where the women he loved laughed at him disdainfully. Where she and countless others mocked him. The thought of it paralyzed him. The environment in which he had been raised played a significant part in this state of mind, I expect. Occasionally, the name on the letter would change. Maria was making the white-haired girl out to be having affairs with multiple other men. She could never do any such thing, of course. But Jacopo, thinking Maria to be his only ally, believed everything she said.
If I could figure out who this man is, and where he resides. If I could make him tell me every last detail about his relations with my wife. But what if that information went public as a result? If news of her infidelity spread and were to reach the Cosca? The fate of the Bazzatis is in your hands, son. There's a limit to what we can accomplish on this tiny island. If we don't turn our attention outwards, we will wither away and die. And not just this family, this whole land will find itself famished and emaciated, defenseless against invasion as we waste away. I won't stand by and watch my homeland crumble. Sure, our methods may be crude and not always worthy of praise, but they produce undeniable results. The unfortunate thing is, the previous Capo Famiglia was an incredibly reticent man. It took all he had to merely preserve a small chunk of the world. But I'm not like that, and neither are you. The most I can do is lay the foundation to make it easier for you to work, which means everything rests on your shoulders. Both the future of the Basatti family and the future of this country. It all falls on you. The marriage is happening too quickly. It would be madness not to hurry, given the circumstances. You should be well aware of that. We need the Basatti name climbing the social ladder in short order, or we're going to have everything ripped out from under us. If the woman isn't to your liking, you can find another one that is. Another one that is. She's only going to be your wife in name. But listen to me, son. You must not allow her to fool around. What are the most vital things to have in our society? Money? Power? Yes, those are important. But what matters most is respect. No one's going to follow a capo famiglia they can't respect. They'll try to undermine your authority. Once someone deems you weaker than them, courtesy goes out the window, and that's a judgment that's near impossible to overturn. Betrayal spreads like a fire through a forest. And once that flame's lit, the both of us come crashing down. You must not let anyone look down on you. You must not let anyone think you're the kind of man a woman can walk all over. If, by any chance, your fiancée is ever unfaithful to you, kill her before anyone finds out. Your place is above others. Climb to the top. Never be content with someone above you. And never forget the weight you carry on your shoulders. This is your responsibility. The fate of the Basattis is in your hand, the fate of the rest on your shoulder. Kill anyone who stands in your way. Poverty is the root of all evil. Yeah, of course, his lack of confidence doesn't come from nowhere. You could assume that. I must keep intercepting her letters. I must keep her locked up. I still have work to do. I cannot allow anyone to learn about how she's disgraced me. Kill her. That's how my old man says to handle it. That's the last resort. It's not... Not yet. God damn it. It's downright wrong for me to even be having these feelings for someone. Fuck. Master, your carriage is waiting outside. How are you coming along? Coming along? Oh, that's right. I had an inspection scheduled today. I'll be right out. Have him wait. Is something the matter, Master? You look a little hazy. I'm fine. If you're not feeling well, you should stay. I said I'm fine. It's not your job to try and infer my condition. Yes, sir. Damn it. Keep it under wraps. Act like normal. You can at least do that much, damn you. Take care on your trip, Master. Yeah. It's not the usual coachman.
I also feel like I've seen him somewhere. Your fault. What? That we... Hey, speak up. Die, Jacopo Bersatti. Master? There's a knife in your stomach. Oh God, someone, anyone. Silence. Don't make a scene. Call a doctor. Yes, sir. Now I remember where I've seen him before. That's right. I put his factory out of business. I needed it out of the picture to expand my own business. I guess he held a grudge about that. I should have been more careful. Blood flows with surprising abundance from a stab wound. It's not stopping either. Son of a bitch. The world is going white. Come on now. You have to be kidding. I know very well what kind of man you are. You wouldn't hesitate to lead a blind man off a cliff if it furthered your own goals. You make money off others' lives. You stand upon a mountain of corpses, cackling at everyone below you. For a man like you, love comes as naturally as flying. Guess what? You don't have any emotions. And you never have. You've always been this way. My childhood was day after day of mockery. You're just a bunch of nobodies trying to pretend your name means anything. They would say, sneering and glaring. Maria treated me as an equal. But she was the only one. I wanted to show them up. And to do that, I had to rise to the top. Or at least high enough that I could laugh at them. My old man wasn't the only one who wanted that. I did too. I had to make them acknowledge that I had value as a man who actually wants to go through life being laughed at. I had to make them recognize that what I did had value, and I needed neither love nor compassion to do it. Well, that's what I thought. In the beginning, I only ever intended to use that woman. I simply needed her to build a name for myself. When she served her purpose, I could simply cast her aside. That's what I thought. Or rather, that's what I endeavored to make myself think. But deep down, I felt bad for her. I pitied this woman who was being made to marry a man she had never even met before. I'm sure what she really wanted was to have a regular marriage with someone she loved. But because her family wanted to cling to their name, she wasn't afforded that opportunity. I wanted to do something for her. It didn't have to be anything grand. I genuinely wanted that. The day of our wedding was when I first saw her. Her face, partially obscured behind the veil, was gorgeous. And crucially, she was smiling at me. I had expected to find only gloom and despondency in her eyes. But instead, she smiled. The moment I saw that smile, I wanted it to be a permanent part of my life. I truly did want to ensure she always had a smile on her face. Is this my room? I'm alive. Damn it. I feel nauseous. What time is it? The world's a blur. So hot. You mustn't get up. The doctor said bacteria entered your body through the wound. Because of that, you have a very high fever. What are you doing here? I was told you had been badly wounded. But thankfully, it was not fatal. How did you make it out of? Pardon? Oh, I see. Maria opened it. Would you like some medicine to reduce the fever? It should help you feel better. Yes. No. Stay by my side for a little longer. Is there anything I can do for you? You can ask me anything. My hand. Your hand? Could you hold my hand? If you don't want to, that's fine. Like this? Your hand is quite cold. It probably feels that way because of your fever. Oh. So, Yes? I've done some regrettable things to you. Please forgive me. To tell you the truth, from the moment I saw you, I
I felt like you were what I had been searching for my whole life. Love if you'd like. Love if you'd like. I felt like I had finally found you. But I couldn't act around you the way I honestly felt. You should get some sleep. Could you keep holding my hand until I fall asleep? If you don't want to, that's fine. My hand is in yours. Thank you. Is he really talking to her though, when it's his fever talking? Yeah. I thought it would be Maria, maybe. You appear to be quite delirious, Master. Those are things you should be telling your wife, not me. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I mean, I thought it would be Maria because, like, at the point where he said, oh, it was Maria that let you out. See, why would she do that if she's been setting all these things up? It was all a dream. Of course it was. It wouldn't be that easy. And she would never come to my room. Well, not if you lock her somewhere, Jesus. Sorry. She's involved with other men. Jacopo, may I come in? I have another letter. This is so frustrating, and I never know when to stop these scenes. Should I stop it here? Because I don't know if I can take any more of this. It's heartbreaking, especially now that you know. I mean, we could know before that he loved the girl, even if his way of showing it isn't great. But knowing it's not even fully his fault, like, sure, it's still all his choices what he's doing, but there's big influences, so I'm not saying it's not his fault, but you know, right? No, I don't think I can do anymore today. Also, my throat is getting very dry, despite having a drink here and there. So let me do a save and let that be it for today. Oh, that was quite something. And yeah, I'm still a bit puzzled. Also, my first thought of when Jacopo is attacked is like, did Maria have something to do with it? Like, again, what is she trying to get out of this? Is there some kind of revenge, like, included in this? Something that we don't know about, or something that we've only touched upon briefly with their families? Like, is she still acting as part of a family that was an enemy to Jacopo's family? Something like that, maybe? Tricky. Wholly unnecessary, and oh my god. Yeah. Game is tricking us again. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, as always, let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you next time. Until then, bye bye!